Hi everybody, this is your maths recorded lesson for Monday the 22nd of June. This week we're going to be looking at units of time and converting between them and solving problems involving units of time. What I wanted to do just in this live lesson and just look at some basic facts that you need to know, and hopefully you already know, but we need to go through them these need to be in your mind, not just for this week but for your life really. So first of all, we're going to start looking at this. Now, this actually is your first question on your task today. But let's just go through it now, and then when you're working independently after this recorded lesson, you can try and fill it in without looking at what we did here. Okay, so as you see, it doesn't quite fit in the screen. Use the numbers to complete the statement. So there's a set of blue numbers up at the top, look, in boxes. And then there are questions A to F, and basically you just have to fill in the right numbers with the right statements. You need to know these facts, and they're important for you to learn and to use properly. So for A, there are how many days in a week? You should know that one, of course. That is 7, so I'll cross out 7 because I've used that and put that in there. When you're working through any sort of question, it might often be harder than this, but it's always really important to be systematic. What I mean by that is to go through and cross off the information when you've used it. It's much quicker and easier to then see where you are. Okay, B, there are how many hours in a day? You should know that there are 24 hours in a full day. And a full day just basically means the full 24 hours. So if you started a day at midnight, you would end it again at midnight, and that would be 24 hours. Okay, how many minutes in an hour? There are 60 minutes, obviously, in an hour. That's an important one for the work this week. Next one, how many weeks? There are how many weeks in a year? That one you might not know, but you need to. There are 52 weeks in a year. 52 weeks in a year. Okay, 52. Okay, and there are how many months in a year? You should know that there are 12 months in a year. And finally, how many seconds are in a minute? There are 60 seconds in a minute. There's an unused box there. We don't need that one. So those are the basic facts that you need to be able to remember. But they're in the first part of your work today, so you should be able to remember them. Once you have these basic conversions in your mind, you'll see that the questions today involve using these facts and making things a bit harder. So for example, the question might be, how many days are in 0.5 weeks, in half a week? So you'd have to use this information first and then work it out. So these facts are really important for you to get clear. The next thing for us to look at, which just as generally useful, is to know how many days are actually in each month. And it is really important that you can remember this. And the best way to do it is this rhyme that I've got here. I'll shovel it over so you can see it all. I'll also upload this to Firefly for you to keep. Okay, so it starts with 30 days have September, April, June and November. All the rest have 31, but February has 28. With a leap year coming 1 in 4, February then has 1 day more. Okay, so I'll just go through that again. So 30 days have September, April, June and November. All the rest have 31, but February has 28. With a leap year coming 1 in 4, February then has 1 day more. Okay, so if we write these out like this, whoops. So the days with the 30 days would be September, April, June and November. Okay, so they're the 30 days. And then that means the others have 31. So that's I'm just going to write them short. January, not February, but March. April is up there. May. June is up there. July. August. September is 30 days. October, Halloween. November is 30 days, and December, New Year's Eve, is the 31st. So you can see there the months that I've got 30 days are up here, the months with 31 are here, and then we just look at February, and we'll go back over the rhyme. So February, don't forget that spelling. February has 28, but every 4 days it has 29. Every 4 years it has 29 days. So 2020 was a leap year. So the next leap year you'll be able to work this out yourself is going to be 2024. Okay, so this year February had 29 days. And the reason why sometimes February needs more days is because our calendar is man-made, and it doesn't quite go at the right speed of the solar year, the way our planet moves through space. So it's actually a bit faster, which means that if we just kept February to 29 days each year, our calendar would sort of drift away from the way our planet orbits through space. So we'd be about 1 day off after 4 years. So in 100 years, we'd actually be 25 days ahead. So what would keep happening is over lots and lots of years, if we didn't have this extra day built in, February would turn into summer because it would be too fast, and it would sort of catch up with our summer, and the calendar wouldn't mean anything. So, I mean, that leap day in February has been in existence for sort of 2,000 years. Julius Caesar was the first person to add a leap day because he understood that the calendar would run too quickly otherwise. So it's quite interesting, and that's why February has 29 days every 4 years, but normally 28. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you to get on with the Firefly task. Don't forget to go back to the facts, these facts that we looked at. Keep those in your mind for solving the questions.